Good morning and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be looking today at the race meeting on the Vaal on the 24th of December, the day before Christmas. For those people who are watching this video for the first time, just want to tell you what Outside of Genie do. Outside of Genie is a service where we do a form analysis of the form of horses, and we then give you outsider selections which you can then add into your numbers, and hopefully should those outsider selections arrive, as they sometimes do, which I will show to you just now, then you will be collecting the bigger dividend, standing in a power queue, collecting your money, laughing and thanking outsider Genie. If you want to subscribe to the service, just click on the subscribe button now and ring the bell, and you will be notified of any videos that are posted every day. You'll also find us on social media. And for all the people who have followed me during the year and who are watching my videos every day, and people, I don't even know, but I want to just say to everyone, Merry Christmas. Have a great Christmas. Take the time to celebrate your desires, values, and affections of your loved ones. Wishing you all of the best. And that comes from me and my family to you. Now let's just go to the brag file again. Where yesterday we had a very good day at Kenilworth, and Christmas came early. We had selections for 7 races, as we didn't do a selection for the first race, which was a maiden juvenile. And out of the 7 races, we managed to give you 5 winners on the day. Race 3, outright selection number 1, His Choice, went start to finish at 22-10. Race 4, the Big Finker, 10-1, got up on the line, beating the 7-10 favorite. Then race 5, where if you've listened to my video, you would have heard that I was very strong on Kitty Cat Chat, which also went off at 15-10, but also won very easily. Then also in race 6, I did mention, ignore Triple Jet's last run. I think Triple Jet is also a big runner in that race. Triple Jet duly won at 20-1. And then in the last race, the horse that I gave you and I said to you in that video, I really think that this is the bet that this horse is gonna win. And as at one stage, Friend's Decoration was trading at 12-1. You could have gotten 12-1. I think it jumped at 8 or 9-1. Then, very important announcement. During the Cape Summer season on major race days, the preview video for Kenilworth will only be available to members subscribing to our daily analysis service. So I've got a nice Christmas special offer for you. If you subscribe now till the end of January, you can subscribe for 400 Rand. Our normal price is 500 Rand. And this offer ends on the 31st of December. WhatsApp 0835855133 to arrange your package. If you subscribe to Outside Genie, what you get every day is you get race by race selections, outright winner, and 2 possible outsider selections. Now, the outright winner can be at any price. I've given you outright winners as high as 53-1, 50-1, that is 1. And then also my outsider selections, normally they run either win. If they don't win, I think between 60 and 70% of the time they do place. I also give you recommended doubles, which has paid handsomely in the past. So also I give you value bets you can play each way, so that even if they don't win, they still run a place you collect. The other day I gave you a horse called Teravida, which didn't win, but it ran third, paying 10 Rand 20 the place. Then I give you a best bets of the day, and I can assure you my best bets is not 8-1, 10-1s. I've given best bets as high as 11-1. The other day at the Vaal, a horse called Sweet Sensation, I did give it my best bet of the day. The horse was 7-2 at the time of the selections, but jumped at 11-1. It drifted. I couldn't believe my eyes. I also give you suggested trifectas and quartet selections, who often do arrive and pay handsomely, as well as my affordable PA and pick sixes. I keep it affordable so that you can play as is or add, according to your budget. And yeah, a lot of people has had success with that, taking my pick 6 and just add on 1 or 2 horses of their own selections. When you do subscribe to my service, you will get on every day on our paid WhatsApp group, you will get the selections, race by race, pick 6 PA, the trifectas and quartet selections. You also get the daily value bets, our best bet of the day, and in our doubles. So that brings us to the end of this section. Let's now move on to the racing of the day. We are racing from the Vaal as said before. The first race off at 12:40. The first race being a maiden plate over 2,400. So let's have a look at the betting here. As per normal, we have to wait. I don't know. I line them up, and then when I go back, I just have to wait. Here we have White Fang 16 to 10, Passing Storm 9 to 2, 5 to 1 Hookham, Attentive 11 to 2, Grey Street 11 to 1, The Sandwich Man 12 to 1, Fast Drawn 14 to 1. 16 to 1 and longer the rest. So let's have a look here at my first selection. Just to keep you in the loop, what I do, I give you three selections. The first selection is my outright winner. That is the horse that I think will win the race. And then I give you my two outsider selections and maybe one or two other horses. The reason why I'm doing that is because some people wanted me to do my more in deep analysis. Other ones want me to keep the video as short as possible. So I try to keep the video at the length of about half an hour. So I cannot touch on all the horses. So here my first selection is number one, Attentive. Now we have in this race, we have the situation, we have older horses against younger horses. And I just sometimes feel that over 2,400 the Vaal is not, it's not everyone's kettle of fish. And I do believe that we are gonna looking for the winner in the ranks of the older horses. And here, number one, Attentive fits the bill. Attentive did run over 2,000 meters, 2 runs back, and was running on nicely 23.2, 400 to finish over 2,000, which is a nice time. Last time out over the 1,700 meters was still 2.3 lengths behind, but also ran on a little bit. And I do feel over this distance today is going to be running on strongly, and definitely I would think the horse to beat. Then number two, Grey Street, has been also older horse, 5 years old, has been placed a couple of times over the longer distances, and I do feel with Musieni on board today that Grey Street might also be running might also be running into the places, and yeah, you never know, can probably also maybe land up in the number one box. Then number three, the Sandwich Man is also a horse that I think a Duke of Marmalade by Rambo Dancer Me has had a few places over this longer distance and can also be involved in a Finnish Kumala riding for Mr. and Mrs. Ashley Fortune. Fast draw is also a horse that you can look at, but I don't know, sometimes fast draw seems to run a good race and then a bad race, not two races, but I see Pierce Tradham keep on riding the horse. Hopefully one day this horse will land up in the number one box for him, but I'm not sure if that will be today. Then, if we go down here to the bottom, you'll find the 3-year-olds, three of them passing Storm. That run on a little bit behind Boulder Resolve last time, but it says here never dangerous. Before that, ran a 400 to finish 25 to 1, which is not that fast over 2,400 meters. As you can see, Assertive did do a much better time. Here we have Hookham, Silvano by Indico Magic Mare, My Lady Bluff. Has run over shorter distances, but again, a 3-year-old going over this distance for the first time out, I'm not so sure about that. Also, the same goes for White Fang. White Fang did ran on behind Panchura's Pride over 2,000 meters, and of the 3-year-olds, probably the one with the best chance of winning this race. We then move on to race number two, Race number 2 is another 2,400 classified stakes, Class D, average merit rate at 67. And ladies and gentlemen, here's the betting numbers: 8 Ration, My Passion 17 to 10, Ideal with 4 to 1, 11 to 2, Shabba Ranks 6 to 1, Veldflower, Major Return 7 to 1, So Long Spring 10 to 1, 12 to 1, Friends Leave, Wild Heritage 14 to 1, and 25 to 1, Dance with the Dragon. Now, this long distance races has got the knack of throwing outside the selections, and I'm going to show you a case in point. Here we have number 8, So Long Spring, had no form. His best run in the last uh, 12 months was the run behind Piccadilly Square. We ran 4 lanes and then came out, beat Ideal Wolf at 50 to 1 over the Vaal 2,400 meters last time out. And today is going to be no different. I'm going for number 9 here to be my first selection at 25 to 1, Dance with the Dragon. This 5-year-old Irish flame mare by Rambo Dancer is ideally bred for this distance and has run about this distance before. Now, this horse is now running here in a D Division 67, but as you can see, she has run against stronger company last time out, running in a D Division 71, now down in class and also a little bit down in weight, only carrying 51. And as you can see, she always there and there about 5 lengths, here 8 lengths behind Solar Spring, Raise the Rebel. You know, always running, there and thereabouts. Now, you can say, yes, you did run behind So Long Spring last time, but I can assure you, in this type of class, the form I have experienced form reversals in this type of races that you can't believe. In my outsider selections in this race is number 2, which is Ideal Wolf, who got beaten by So Long Spring. And I think Ideal Wolf will definitely probably today turn around the tables with So Long Spring. Uh, I do believe Ideal Wolf will also be a horse that will be involved in the finish. So you might land up with 2 lady trainers. Al Kruger is also a lady trainer, and Adamson, maybe fighting out this race. My other outsider selection is number 3, French Lees. Yanni Borman still looking for his first G winner since he relocated from Kimberley. I've been knowing Yanni Borman for years, and I would very, very much like for Yanni Borman to have his first winner today. So look out for French Leaf. Has also been running on, over a few of his races, and not without a chance. We then move on to race number 3, which is a graduation plate over 1,600 meters. It's going to be a very interesting race. It's going to be a fast race that I'm sure of. The betting number 1, Marigold, 14 to 10. Miss Elegance, 17 to 10. G Fugo, 5 to 2. 10 to 1, Elusive Women. And 35 to 1, Undwatwa. I hope that's the right pronouncement. Now, I think the finish is going to be fought out by those numbers 1, 2, and 3. Looking forward to this. They have beaten each other or ran against each other. G for Go beating Miss Elegance by a length, and then Miss Elegance went after that and won by 8 lengths. Yeah, so that brings them close to. And then you have Mary Gold, who came back after a little bit of a rest and also easily won her race, but she's a 4-year-old and the other 2 are 2-year-olds. So which way do we go? I think I'm going to stick with the Master Pierce straight on Miss Elegance. Miss Elegance did run on well, won well last time out, and I think can frank the form with number 2 G for Go, but obviously number 2 G for Go and number 1 Marigold also were not without any praise. So definitely a race where you probably go for your pick 6 in your first legs 1, 2, and 3. And Elusive Women has been running some decent races, but I think we'll find it hard to turn around the form with Marigold in this race. 5, nearly 6 lengths behind, but maybe can fill up the 4th placing, running, fighting out of number 5, under 12 for place number 4. Number 6 is scratching. Then we move on to race number 4, which is a measured 71 handicap. Let's have a look here at the betting. The betting as follows: number 2, Bold Resolve, 17 to 10. Magic Region, 5 to 1. Oyster King, 11 to 2. Zabarat 11 to 2, 10 to 1 Dice to Bullet, Kings Cup 12 to 1, and 12 to 1 Drummers Dude, and longer the rest. Now, guys, my first selection in this race, we are now having here a D Division 68. My first selection is number 1, Oyster King. Oyster King has been running against far better opposition than you will ever find in this race. If you have a look here, 78, 78 has come down in America from 82 to 72. That beat top rank here by 1.75 links in June after the break. And as I said, it has run an 80, 75, 71, 76, and now finding it here in a 68. And I think Oyster King, the horse to beat in this race. My outsider selections in this race is number 6, Zabarat. And this horse also has run against stiff opposition. Very running with a 75 behind Dry Your Eyes, Diamond Dancer. It's a 86, 71. And then last time out in a 68 behind Rassama Passion ran fourth over the longer distances. But I think this horse might, in this kind of field today, you might find that it's going to go close in probably winning or at least placing. And then my other outsider selection is number 8, Magic Vision, Paul Matchett, Kumara riding from draw 1. This horse also runs there and thereabouts and has also run against a better position here and there and can definitely be involved in a finish. For the rest of the field, some of them are really not, no disrespect to the owners and the trainers, but definitely the form are really diabolical and might find it hard to win this race today. So let's move on to race number 5. Race number 5 being a Felicia Mays 100 handicap class A, average merit rated 94. So let's have a look at the betting here. Here we have number 5, Lily Blue 12 to 10, Just Kidding 7 to 10, Rougelou 5 to 1, Shiver 6 to 1, Tahito Rana 7 to 1, Keep Smiling 12 to 1, Queen Burmy 20 to 1. And here in race 5, my first selection is number 1, Shivers. If you have a look here, it's Class A 94. Shivers has been running against some strong opposition. Silvano May, filly by Orpen May. And if you can see, 103 Summer Pudding, Soldier on 106, and Anytime Goes. War of Athens, 5 lengths behind, and now finding herself in a lower division against some useful opposition. I mean, Rougelou, a 10-time winner, and also one of my outsiders, a horse that always runs over best and certainly has the ability to also win this race today. So don't discard the chances of Rougelou. Definitely in a huge chance in this field. Hasn't won over the 1800 meters, but has been placed. And the way Rougelou runs on, ignore the last race. I don't know what happened there, but surely Rougelou is better than that. Also free but other outsiders, number 3, Keep on Smiling. I don't know what happened with the last race, but I'm sure Keep on Smiling is better than that. Keep an eye out for that one today. Keep Smiling. Hasn't won for 607 days, but has also been running against useful opposition in the past. And certainly, I would think, as an outsider, not without a chance. Tahito Rana also a horse that has got ability. Um, has won over this distance, course and distance, and definitely also a horse that you can put into your larger selections. And yes, number 5, Lily Blue, comes uh, um, from Zimbabwe. And I think last time out over 1800 meters, certainly ran for the first time over the distance that suited, beating Rouge and definitely have the ability to go in again and repeat that run and come first again. So also not without a prayer. Here's number 6, Just Kidding, has also been running against these opposition. Ran second to Rougelou behind the 1600 meters last time out. Third behind Lily Brave, also not without a shout. But I do feel that the 4 million selections might just be that little bit too strong for Just Kidding at this time. Queen Burmy ran a nice second behind Carlos Champ, but hasn't gone on. We'll have to wait and see for improvement from this horse. Then we go to race number 6, which is a merit rated 72 handicap over 1,600 meters, class E 64. And here the betting is number 1, Greek Fire 2 to 1, making a scene 5-2, 5-1 Dweek swing, podcast 11-2, private ruler 8-1, Thai Gold 16-1, but Lemire's 20-1, free deal 25-1, March of Glory scratch, and Monty Boa also scratch. Now, here we have this horse. What an enigma this horse is. This horse, I think, has so much potential. They paid 3,000 Rand for this horse. He hasn't even recouped the 10% of that. And this horse, main rating is dropped from 100 to a 72, um, battling to find, battling to win. But if we have a look at the class of horses, horse run, now finding itself in a class E64, class E64. Surely today must be the day that Greek Fire is going to win. Otherwise, they should be thinking of retiring this horse, because if he can't win this race today, I don't think he's ever going to win another race. And this horse, in the beginning of his career, he had so much potential, but I think along the line, I don't know what went wrong, but this horse, I don't think, has since then has ever run according to his ability in 738 days without a win. But I do think today might be the day that Greek Fire might be back to winning days. If not, surely they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do with the horse. Like I had these two guys, they also had this horse that couldn't run well. So they sat and I said, what they're gonna do with this horse? So the other one said to the one guy to the other guy, let's run away from him. So maybe that might be an option. Just joking, guys. Just take it in the spirit of Christmas. I'm no disrespect to the owners and the trainer, please. Here at the bottom, I have these two horses of Fari Broncos. As you all know by now, Fani did now take out his own license and looking for his first winners. Both these horses are under sufferance, but free deal, only carrying 50 kilograms, 49 and a half. And maybe they can place, or maybe somehow fluke the win. But yeah, that's also possible. But look for your outsiders, number 7 and 9. And then the other horses in the field, Duke of Swing, might have a chance, has won a good race here and there, running against some good opposition. Master Gloria scratch, making a scene, just won her maiden. But before that, didn't show much. And yeah, last two runs she ran improved races, but against very, very weak opposition. So not a horse that I would pin my hopes on. Podcast Baden Botha is in form, getting the winners, can probably also have the ability to win this race. But based on his last run, really will have to improve a lot. Ty Gold, I think, might also be a horse that can surprise. Of course, for nice piece, he wins of anything. And yeah, maybe this being a weaker field, Ty Gold might just slip in. But yeah, I will not be surprised. But yeah, it will definitely be an upset. So let's move on to race number 7, which is the Christmas medal rated 80 handicap class C over 1,000 meters. Let's have a look here at the betting. Here we have Captain Morisco, 22-10, 33-1 gang leader, 4-1 Valerian Kick, 7-1 and Todd, 8-1 Kings Road, 12-1 and better Mr. Hugo. Now here again, I think today is going to be the day for Captain Morisco. Captain Morisco has run against some very, very good opposition. And I do feel that today, with getting the -4 in this, is running in a C Division 81. And this horse hasn't run in the C Division for a long time. You can see the runs up very good to races. And I do feel that on that merit rating, which I do feel might be a little bit too high, because this horse got penalized 6 kilograms for running fifth behind Eric de Reg, which I just feel, sometimes the handicap goes overboard. Then they brought it down to a 94, then to a 92, and then he runs free, he runs free rings, he runs a third behind Sweet Serena, and then I give him four points again. Sometimes, yeah, it's hard to be a handicapper. So, but I think the -4 will certainly assist Captain Morisco, and I think Captain Morisco today on this card, a very huge runner. And here we have number 2, Galactic Warrior. Galactic Warrior also holds that, runs for the apprentices As you can see, there's a friend who's already rated 8 times, 2 wins, a second and 3/4. So he really likes the jockey, and today Moxley back again and can certainly be involved in the finish. The other outsiders, number 3, Kings Road. The way that this Hollywood syndicate horses are running is unreal. And yeah, I think Kings Road did run a nice race last time out. I did fancy it. It ran third behind its stablemate, but certainly not without a play. And there are 1 or 2 other horses with chances, but I think the number 1, Captain Morisco, going to be too good on the day. Then we move down to race number 8, the last race on the card. It's over 1,200 meters. A filly's a mare 72 handicap class D, average merit rate at 69. So let's have a look here. The betting number 2, Brooklyn Bridge 5-1, Speechmaker 11-2. 6-1 Feather Nest, 10-1 Segment, Samoa 10-1, Afriel 10-1, 14-1 Emerald Crest, 16-1 Soul of Wit, Miss Khalifa 16-1, Lady Nika 16-1, and 18-1, and longer the rest. Now here in my 8 race, my selection is number 4 Soul of Wit. Number 4 Soul of Wit used to be with the Romy Francis stable. And if I'm not mistaken, the owner of this horse used to be his assistant. Now the horse has moved to St. John Grey, and yeah, condolences to the family of Roma. And this is the first runner out of the Romeo Francis stable after his death. And I would think today would be a big day if this 5-year-old me can win this race today in memory of Romeo Francis, who I also used to be friends with. And I think Solar Wood must have a good chance today. Running here in a D Division 69. But as you can see, has run before in a C78 behind encryption. Taito Rana running in a previous race against strong opposition. Letitia's Angel. Last time out, I'm not sure what happened or not striding out. But I think Simpson Gray will certainly going to try his best today to win this for his friend. He and Roma Francis used to be very good friends. And I do feel that this will be a teary moment should this horse win today. Yeah, maybe my selection is a little bit based on sentiment, but definitely also on form. And I do feel Soul of Wit in this race down in class. And I mean, as you can see, has run in a B division before, an 88 that was behind. Now you see me. So I definitely believe in number 4, Soul of Wit, having a huge chance in this field at 16-1. Then my other outsider selections is number 12, which is another inmate of St. Great Feather and Nest. Also ran nicely last time out, finishing close to the winners. Lyle Hewitson on board, and I'm sure Feather and Nest is going to visit the number 1 box very soon. My other outsider selection is number 15, Speechmaker. Also horse that's improving, has been running some nice races. Pierce Tradham on board. You know, remember there was a time that when you were in trouble, come the last race, you go for Pierce Tradham. You used to made a habit of winning the last race, and maybe today can be no different. So definitely keep an eye out for number 15, Speechmaker. Yeah, certainly they're betting 5-1 the field there for a very open race, and I think anything can can happen here. Therefore, maybe it might be a good idea to put your field in your pick 6. Now, before I sign off, I just want to remind you that there won't be any previews on Saturday and Sunday. I'm just taking the weekend off a little bit, spending time with my family, and I'll be back on Monday with Fairview, where I also have some nice news for you on Monday's racing on Fairview. So, as I always say, I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners and break a leg.